Hello, in this quick guide, I'm going to walk you through how to beat Bamboo-Headed Kim. I'm going to show you a really low resource cost team to build, very cheap to assemble. You don't have to use my team, you can use lots of other teams, but just going to show you one example. And additionally, I'll walk you through just how to beat him in general. But without any further ado, let's get right into it. So let's start. What is Bamboo-Headed Kim strong against, and what is he weak against? Well, he resists blunt, so you don't want to bring a blunt team. And he resists lust, sloth, and gloom, so you really don't want to bring those. However, he's weak to slash and he's weak to wrath. He takes 20% more damage from each of those. That's slash and wrath. And he's doubly weak against pride. He takes 2 times pride damage. So we want to prioritize getting units on our team that deal pride damage, and we want to prioritize units on our team that deal slash damage, okay? So here I've brought a team, 7 Association Ryoshu, W Corp Meursault, She Association Don Quixote, and Lobotomy Corporation Remnant Faust. All of these are slash units, and I have double slotted, I'll cover that in a second, W Corp Meursault and 7 Association Faust. Oh, and I should note that Don Quixote, Faust, and Ryoshu are all 2-star units, meaning they only cost half as much thread to upgrade. So again, this is a very cheap team. You don't need to gacha for anyone because the 2 stars will just kind of come to your account naturally, and they barely cost any thread to uptie. W Corp Meursault is the only 3-star here. You can just borrow him from me. I'll put my friend code in the description. But to be frank, there's a lot of better options than him. And if you want to use W Corp Meursault, he needs his regret ego for an extra 2 coin power. Okay, last bit to cover before we get into the run is what is double slotting. I have placed Ryoshu and Meursault into the slots 1 and 2 respectively, so that way they will each gain an additional skill over the next 2 turns. This is because they do the most damage on the team. Regarding the ego gifts really quick, I just picked up some normal ones in the dungeon. There's nothing to really discuss. The only one that was even remotely useful was the +1 slash power. But alright, let's get into the run. So Bamboo-Headed Kim is a negative sanity unit, and he gains sanity, which we want him to gain sanity, by losing clashes. So we want to beat him up to restore his sanity. Here what you're seeing is I'm checking each of the numbers on them, 11, 12, because since he's a negative sanity unit, that's the highest he can roll. So I need to make sure the skill I match up against that can roll at least a 12, if not higher, ideally. Negative sanity units tend to underperform on the clash calculation compared to how they'll actually function. So even if it says dominating, you need to be careful because you might actually lose the clash anyway. And negative sanity units are pretty rare, so you don't encounter this really often in the game. It makes bringing a sinking team especially inadvised against Bamboo-Headed Kim because you really don't want him to go low on sanity. Sorry, I'm just turning the volume down so the announcer's not so loud. Okay, and now you can see Ryosu has gotten an extra skill slot, which is just what we want, because she inflicts slash fragility with her skill 3, that's her green skill, and slash fragility is going to be at a premium here, because Bamboo-Headed Kim is a race. It's a race against time to get him before he uses to claim their bones, since most teams cannot survive Kim using to claim their bones. It just does way too much damage. Just lining stuff up, like a negative sanity unit, so I'm just checking those clash numbers, making sure everything's good. I'm building up charge on W Corp Meursault so he can use his nuke, and I'm using regret this turn, which is what gives him +2 coin power. Very important. It's the only thing that makes W Corp Meursault.
그대로만 해주신다면 오늘은 제압이 빠르겠어요.
Doing good. Just getting through these first 2 turns of setup.
어떤 시간과 공간에 계시는 관리자님을
Okay,
들을지
now here's the
몰라도
big problem.
그때를
He's
위해서
using yield
미리
my
응원을
flesh.
녹음해야 한다는
This
거군요.
means next turn
아,
he's
이런.
going to use to claim
이것도
their
녹음되고
bones, which is the
있는지는
really
미처
big problem.
몰랐네요.
So I need to make sure I stagger him either this turn or next turn. 7 Association Ryoshu, her skill 3 Swash, it inflicts slash fragility the next turn. So right now I'm banking on stacking up slash fragility on him from Ryoshu, so that way the next turn he'll take a bunch more damage since he'll be weakened, and I can stagger him for sure, and then when he's staggered, the turn after that, I'll kill him. You'll also see here in a second that I activate Ryoshu's default ego, Oshare, what's it called again? Yeah, Force for the Flames, there it is. Because at Uptie 4, it inflicts 2 fragility. That's 20% more damage. So when you combine that with 5 slash fragility from her skill 3, which is going to be 50% more slash damage, he'll be taking 70% more damage. On top of the fact that he's already weak to slash. The multipliers are everything here, because this is a race against time. Just building up charge on Meursault, so that way he can nuke next turn. Trying to get some sanity back on him, because he lost sanity using regret. And there we go. You can see the 5 slash fragility was inflicted. So that'll kick in next turn.
네, 잘 들어갔네요. 크게 의미 있는 성과는 아니지만요.
And the final piece of the cake, 2 fragility from Force for the Flames.
효율적인 대처로 개체를 꿰뚫었습니다. 참고로 기계는 입에 발린 말 따위
He's using to
쉽게
claim
하지
their
않아요.
bones, so this turn is just all about killing him. That is all that matters, is killing him. I'm using all my most powerful skills. I'm pretty sure I'm going to stagger him, so I just decided to get a little more charge. That was a little greedy, to be honest, but I was pretty sure I was going to stagger him. Yeah, you can see me in the replay thinking about it. Like, should I be greedy? Should I not be greedy? But I decided to be greedy. And if I can ever make up my mind. There I go. Okay. Yeah, you can see I was nervous. I was a little bit worried that I was not going to actually stagger him. But it works out.
지금은 두렵지 않아요.
Yeah, 7 Association Ryoshu is so good for this. She does so much slash damage. For a 2-star, she's insane. Her only weakness is she's extremely squishy. But when you do that much damage, it doesn't matter that much. And here we go. The damage is just huge. He's staggered, and he has 70% more damage on him. And since I won a clash with her skill 3 again, with Ryoshu's skill 3 again, he has another 50% extra bonus damage from slash applied to him. Bingo. Alright, I will pause it here so that way there are no spoilers. I will let you experience the ending of the fight for yourself. And that's all, managers. Good luck. Oh, I don't know why it's